Hi, it's Rihanna from Rihanna Crochets, and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. This is actually going to be me making this lace bandana so that you can follow this along. The pattern will be on my website, which I'll link, and yeah, it's all free. So if you just want to follow the pattern, you can go to my website, or if you want to watch me and follow me on this video, then keep watching. Yeah, this is what it looks like. Here's it up close. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And you can make it as wide or as thin as you want. I went for a more thin option. You're gonna need any size 2 yarn. I am using Cloud by Loops and Threads. Usually size 2 yarn calls for a 3.5mm hook, but I use a 4 just because it's a Lacey pattern and I like it to have a little bit more breathability between the stitches, and that's it. That's all that you need for this. So very beginner friendly. Yeah, let's get right into it. All right, so we're gonna start by making a slip stitch or a slip knot, not a slip stitch, and we're gonna start by chaining 2, and then what you're gonna do to make a half double crochet foundation is to yarn over, insert the hook into the first loop, pull the yarn through that loop, yarn over and pull through the first loop only, then yarn over and pull through all 3. So what you're basically doing is making the chain, the foundation chain, and the first row of half double crochets at the same time. This just speeds up the process in my opinion, but it also helps you keep that like stretchy aspect that you need in like a headband or like clothing. If you've ever crocheted clothes before, you know that there is a struggle to make crochet clothing lay the same way as like normal clothing or knitted clothing, and so I feel like starting with a foundation row instead of chaining and then doing the stitch helps achieve a little bit more of a organic lay. Because as you can see, like this stretches a lot. It's more obvious as you do more and more stitches, but as you go on, you will start to notice that it stretches better than if you just chain and do half double crochets. So if you don't want to learn how to do a foundation half double crochet, you can do it the other way. I just feel like this way is better, and like, why not? I just showed you how to do it. It's pretty easy. And you're gonna want to do this for how long it takes to cover the top of your head, and I'll show you what that looks like whenever I finish this one. But it is important that you are counting stitches, because for the specific stitch that we're doing, it needs to be a multiple of 4 for it to work correctly. So go ahead and make sure that yours fits the top of your head, but also is a multiple of 4. For me, it's 64. And then after we do that, I'll show you what's next. So let me finish this, and yeah, so you can kind of see that stretch. So this is 64 half double crochets in a foundation chain. You're going to want to really double check and make sure that you actually have a multiple of 4. It doesn't have to be 64. But yeah, you would count this by the V's, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on and so forth. Yeah, so let me show you what this looks like on my head. So without any stretching, your headband should fit from like the bottom of your ear to the other side of like the bottom of your ear. Just that's like my preference. I like it to look like it's like a continuous strip. If you like it to more like go to the top of your ear, that's fine. Either way, like looking at the other one, you're gonna have like this type of border on the side, so like all of it's pretty in my opinion. So it's really up to you how you want it to lay, but that's how I measure it. So now what you're gonna do is you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn your work. So now it should be going to the left, not to the right, but you're still working to the left. And now what you're going to do is, now that you have these 3 chains, you're going to skip the first stitch. So these are your chains. This is your first stitch. Let me make that a little bit easier to see. 1, 2, 3 chains. Your first stitch is right here. This is your second stitch. And you're going to single crochet in the next stitch. So you're just going to insert your hook without yarning over and single crochet. And then you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to skip 3. So 1, 2, 3. And then you're going to single crochet in that stitch. And you're just going to repeat this all the way down. It's a very repetitive pattern. Don't have to learn a million different stitches for it, which I think is super nice and beginner friendly. So yeah, you just continue doing this all the way down. So you chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, skip 3, go into the 4th stitch from the first chain and make a single crochet. So go ahead and do this for the entire length of your headband, and I'll show you the next row. Okay, so once you get to the end, you're just gonna chain 3, just like how in the beginning you chained 3 and then skipped a stitch. That's exactly what you're gonna do at the end. So you're just gonna skip that stitch, chain 3, and then single crochet in that last stitch. So don't be like me whenever I first started designing this and be like, I thought I counted to 4, what do you mean? And then, oh yeah, this is correct. You did not miscount if you get to the end and you only have 2 more stitches. So basically for the next row, you are going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you are going to turn your project, so you are doing it in a new direction, and then you're going to single crochet in each chain 5 space. So in this first one, you're going to go ahead and do a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this chain 5 space, you're just going to go in. Don't worry about going into like one of the actual chains. Just go into the space. It's so much easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 5 space, single crochet. And so it should start to look like this. This one's going to be a little bit extra long, but that's okay. That's on purpose. Yeah, just keep continuing doing that all the way down. So I continued it all the way down until I got to this last one. So I chained 5, go ahead and insert into that chain 3 space as well, single crochet, and then you're going to chain 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, turn your work, and then you're going to single crochet in each chain 5 space. So it's basically the same thing, and you can continue to do this for as long or as little as you want. I like a more like thin headband look, just because I have really curly hair, and anything larger than that I don't think looks very good on my head. But you may rock some thick headbands, and you can basically customize this to anything that you want. So I'm just going to continue this down, and this is going to go ahead and be my last repeat of this row, because then I'm going to show you what happens after this row. But if you want to do more than 3, go ahead It's completely up to you. So yeah, I will be back once I finish this row. So this is at the end of row 3. So I'm gonna go ahead and single crochet in this last chain 5 space. If you want to, you can go ahead and leave it like this. It kind of looks like a choker. Anyway, you can leave it like this. It looks super cute in my opinion, but I personally like it to be more like of an X instead of like a loopy at the edge. So I'm gonna go ahead and put an edge on it, but you do not have to. You can stop right here and skip to where the edges, when I go over the edges for it. So now I'm gonna do the edge, and we're basically just gonna half double crochet across all of these stitches, but you want it to be the same length as this initial foundation row. So remember, whenever we did the 5 single crochets, we only had 3 half double crochets between the 5 space. You see 1, 2, 3. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna chain 1, and then you're just across the row going to do 3 half double crochets in each chain 5 space. And then when you get to where the single crochet is, you're gonna go ahead and crochet half double crochet into that space as well. So 1, 2, 3 in the space, and then 1 in the single crochet, and that's 4 total. So you're gonna go ahead and do this across. It's gonna look kind of wonky at the beginning, but once you do the whole thing, it mellows out and evens out. Like I said, if you don't like this finished look, you can go ahead and just leave the lacy end. I've done it before. It looks super cute too. But yeah, just go ahead and do 3 half double crochets in each chain 5 space and 1 half double crochet in the single crochet. Do that across the whole thing. It should look something like this. So now that I've finished all of the half double crochets on the edge, it looks like this. I think it's super cute and it's very stretchy. Yeah, perfect for markets because it's very, very quick and easy and doesn't use that much yarn. So now we're gonna make the sides, which is also super easy to do. You're going to turn your work so that it's sideways, no longer working this way, but now we're working this way. And you're just going to single crochet across. There's not really, well, first let's chain 1. There's not really a, like, stitch, sorry, not really a stitch for you to, like, go into. So it's just making sure that it's like a straight edge and you're not putting too many stitches in places so that it's like all wonky. So yeah, I think this is a good number of single crochets for this length, because that's pretty straight. And then you're just going to chain 1, turn your work, and then you're going to half double crochet across. And this one you're just gonna half double crochet across. There's no decreases yet, but I'll show you once we get there what the pattern is for decreasing. This is just something that I came up with just messing around because I like for the headbands to have kind of like tapered edges. I don't like it to just be like straight. I think that looks weird, but yeah. So that's what that looks like. And then you're gonna chain 1 again. And this next row is when you start the decreases. So you're going to yarn over, and then you see this front loop. You're gonna go through 1, and then you're gonna go to the next stitch and go through that front loop as well. So you have ultimately 4 loops on the hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through, oops, yarn over and pull through both of these front loops. And it can be a little tricky. Sometimes you can miss it. I really struggle with decreases for some reason. I'm better at them with chenille yarn than with this like lacy yarn. So then you have 3 like a normal half double crochet, and you yarn over and pull through all 3. Then like normal, you'll half double crochet across until there are 2 left. 2 stitches that it is. So for me, that's right here. And then you're just gonna do the same thing again. So you're gonna put through this one and this one. And then you're gonna yarn over and pull through both. And then, I think I got stuck on one. There we go. Oh, let me just start over. See, whenever that happens, I literally just start over. So I'm still yarned over, and then I pull through both of these. Make sure all elements of the yarn are on. This is probably the most complicated part of it, even though it's like really not that complicated. And then you'll chain 1, and you'll just do that until you have 1 left. So you'll start with a decrease. I promise you it's not as difficult as I make it look. See, that was much easier. For some reason you just forget how to crochet whenever you're recording yourself doing it. And then you'll decrease again. So just repeat this over and over again until you only have 1 half double crochet on a row. Yeah. So for me, I have gotten here and I have an odd number. I had 3, so I went ahead and decreased, and then you're just gonna do a normal half double crochet because you want to have 2 so that you can decrease and only have 1. So now that I'm here, I'll yarn over and I see those 2 top loops. 1, 2, pull through both if I can. I promise when I wasn't recording myself, this was going so much faster. So yeah, that's basically what it looks like. If you want to, you can do like in like the back loop, and that'll create like a little design, but honestly this goes behind your ear, so I went more for like sturdiness. I wanted it to be very sturdy so it doesn't break. And then you're just going to go ahead and chain your desired length. For me, this ranges anywhere from like 20 if I'm working with a thicker yarn, or like 35 if I'm using a really, really tiny yarn. The first one I made was a little bit thinner yarn than this one was. You can tell the size difference. This is with a size 2 yarn, and I think this is a size 3 yarn. I think the size 2 is super cute, but size 3 is also super cute. I just wanted to have 2 different sizes that I could show you. So for this one, I did 35 chains. For this one, I'm probably gonna do more like 20. Basically, you just wanna make sure that if you do this on both sides, it wraps around your head fully and you can tie it. And if it's like extra long, that's no big deal. You just really wanna make sure it's not too short. So I like to just make it a little longer just in case. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and count these, and then basically you just repeat that on this side. So you'll cut this yarn and you'll fasten it off and then weave it in here. And then when you get to this side, you'll attach the yarn and do this whole process over again. And then you'll be done. So I'll show you what mine looks like at the end. And yeah. And there is your fully finished headband that you made all by yourself. There's nothing better than wearing something really cute that you made yourself and somebody complimenting it and you being able to say, thanks, I made it. So I really hope that you go and make yourself one because it's super easy, takes like 0 time, just a little bit of effort. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, and just in case you are like me and you have a lot of hair, I find the best way to put these on is by taking out the strands that I want in front, which always makes these things look better, and then just going ahead and tying it with my hair out of the way. And I always double knot, and then you just, yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It turned out very well, I think. And this one's a little bit bigger than my other one because I used a bigger yarn, and I think it's super cute. So if you use a small yarn and want more thickness, this is kind of what it looks like. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, look in the description box for links to all of the things. I have a website where if you, maybe crocheting's not your thing, maybe you tried this out and you're like, it's not for me, but you still want one of these, I have them on my website. You can buy them there. I also am linking all of my social media, so go follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of the things. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Can't believe my first tutorial is done.